Hi friends, it's Amy. Welcome to my bookish life. Today I am doing the end of the year book tag. So let's get to it. End of the year book tag was created by Ariel Bissett. Tons of people do it. It was meant to be done at the beginning of the fourth quarter to look at what you needed to do before the end of the year. And Erin Go Read will be tagged below, was lovely enough to tag me to complete the tag like a month ago, and I haven't gotten to it yet, and that's terrible. So I'm going to do that today. Happy birthday, Erin. Erin's birthday is the 29th, which will be around the time this video comes out. Go over, show Erin some love. It's well deserved. All right. The first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? And I will be completely honest. I've thought a little bit about my answers, but I haven't completely written anything down. I'm going off the cuff here, which is a little uncomfortable for me. One of the books that I'm currently reading that I definitely want to finish this year is Disconnected Kids by Dr. Robert Melillo. Dr. Robert Melillo created the Brain Balance Program, and in a lot of ways, this book is kind of an advertisement for the program. However, there's also still a lot of scientific information and research that went into the program, and it's kind of been a pretty fascinating read into how the brain works and how it can help, how understanding how the brain works can help you relate to children and work with children and be more successful. And yes, that is definitely one that I want to finish. I think that's it in terms of books that I've started this year that I definitely want to finish. There is one for sure. There's one for sure. I'm currently reading The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. I'm really almost done with it. I'm not worried about actually finishing that one. I'm also currently reading The Marvelers. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not worried about actually finishing that one. Actively, though, that's really it that I'm currently actively reading are those three books, and The Broken Girls and The Marvelers, I don't even question whether or not I'm going to finish them. Disconnected Kids, I want to finish it just because the science is really fascinating, but I'm really annoyed by all of that. That's why this program is awesome. It's kind of irritating me. So I'm not very far in it, but I still definitely want to get the science information behind it. Also, to be clear, I'm not saying that the program doesn't work. I'm just saying that I just want to know the science behind the program. I don't want constant references to the program. Do you have any autumnal books to transition you into the end of the year? So I had 3 books that I definitely wanted to read in autumn this year, and one was A Pumpkin in a Patch by Jennifer Peel. The companion book by Becky Monson is Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice. And then Catherine Bruns' cozy mystery, A Doomful of Sugar. Those 3 books, absolutely wanted to read. Of those 3 books, I've only read one, and it was A Pumpkin in a Patch. And I really loved it. Really, really loved it. And I really still want to get to Pumpkin Spice and Not So Nice. Really do still want to get to that, and I do still really want to get to Doomful of Sugar. It might be December. I don't know. Those books definitely have autumn feels, definitely, being in the pumpkin patch, in the maple tree farm, they just have this autumn feel that I was really excited to get to in this fall. And so far, I haven't really been successful in doing that. Next question 3, is there a new release you're still waiting for? And I really don't think that there is. The only one that I could say I'm excited about is probably the new Louise Penny. I do enjoy the Inspector Gamache series. However, I don't run to get the book. I don't purchase the book. I've just been listening to the books. I love them. Can't wait to read them when I do get to read them, but I just go on the wait list and I'm okay with it. So I am interested in reading that one. I just don't think that I'm going to be reading it yet this year. I think it's going to be a book that I get to next year, because that's probably how long I'm going to be on the wait list, and I'm fine with that. I am looking forward to reading that book once it does come out. It's just not going to be this year. Next, that question 4, 3 books you want to read before the end of the year. So I picked 3 like winter themed books. Actually, they're not all wintry. I have 2 book of the month books that I want to get to yet this year that I haven't. They both have like winter holiday themes. And then I also picked a middle grade book that one of my students recommended to me. And I will feel like an absolutely horrible teacher if I don't read it by the end of this year. I mean, he'll forgive me. It's fine. But I meant to read it this summer and I didn't. He actually gave it to me. Was like, I'm giving you this because I want you to read it. And I am terrible and haven't read it yet. So this is My Side of the Mountain by Jean Craighead George. And I am just very excited about this book. I just haven't sat down and picked it up. And I definitely want to do that before the end of the year. Part of it is I kind of want to listen and read in tandem. And so I was waiting for the audiobook. But this is just really beautiful. Like there's a map in it. It's like hatchety themed. I think this actually does go over winter. So, I mean, he holds up in a snowstorm. So there's definitely a wintry kind of element. So I could say that I've been waiting for the winter to do this, but that's a total lie. But look at this. This cover is just gorgeous. This is definitely not the cover that it had when I was younger. I feel like this came out when I was this age. Like I should have already read it. Okay. This came out in 1959. This is way older than me, but this addition to it is really, really pretty. So definitely this is a book that should have been in my read list and has not gotten there yet. I'm kind of actually hoping that I can sneak it in by the end of November or early December. I'm not sure. And then my 2 book of the month books that I want to finish, that I want to read. One is The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. It was my pick in December of 21, and I didn't get to it in December, and then I just kind of lost steam for it in January. So definitely this is one that I want to get to, and it is a book club pick for Brittany Loves Reading, and I can't remember the person that she has the book club with, but I'm very excited to read this. And when I saw that this was their pick, I was like, yeah, okay, sign me up. So I did. And so excited to get that on my TBR. And then the last one is No Exit by Taylor Adams. Wanted to get to this book during Catch-Up-A-Thon, and I just didn't get to it. But I feel like it's going to be just a really quick read because it is very suspenseful. I think ultimately, as I was deciding what books I was going to be able to finish during Catch-Up-A-Thon, I decided to go ahead and keep this until winter just because I wanted the snowy vibes around me when I did read it. So I think that was if I remember right, that was my thought process. It's only like 340 pages, and I've heard that it's really propulsive and it's intense and suspenseful, and I'm going to want to read it fast. So I think that this is going to be a book that I read in December. Of course, now I just want to start reading it now. Okay. Let's finish the take first. How about we do that? Okay. The next one, is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? So I am also planning on reading A Man Called Uwe by Fredrik Backman in December. It'll be my first full-length Fredrik Backman novel. Brittany Loves Reading, who I mentioned before, and I are going to be reading it in December. She had mentioned that she wanted to read it, and I mentioned I wanted to read it, and we're like, let's do it. And I have it. I didn't bring it in here, though. That's okay. It wasn't forethought. I do think that that's going to be 5 stars. It's definitely a 5-star prediction. So I don't know if I would say that it's going to surprise me because I think that it's going to be 5 stars. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how to interpret this question. I feel like if I'm expecting it to be 5 stars, then it's not going to be shocking. And if I don't expect it to be 5 stars, then it would be shocking. So what books am I going to read that I don't expect to be 5 stars? I don't like... I'm just going to have a crisis. It's fine. The last question is, have you already started making reading plans for next year? And kind of, I have. I've been trying to think about some of my goals for next year, what I want to do with my channel, what I want to do, what I want to continue doing in the new year with my channel, with my reading journal, those kinds of things. I've been thinking about it very low key, not really intensely or anything like that. I haven't purchased my new reading journal for next year, and I don't really actually have my theme yet for December figured out in my journal. So definitely have some thoughts on what I want to do next year, but I definitely don't have anything set in stone. So there you go. So that's it. Those are the questions. It does actually leave room for you to tag somebody. I just feel like I'm the last person in the world to do this tag. So if you have not done this tag yet, consider yourself tagged, please. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you, Erin, for tagging me in this. Thank you, Ariel, for creating this tag. It's a lot of fun. I really liked thinking about my reading this year and going forward what I want to do. So definitely glad that I did take the time to do this. Wish I would have taken the time to do this a little bit sooner, but that's okay. It'll be fine, right? Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you would like to see more from me, I would love it if you would subscribe. I hope that you're finding something wonderful to read. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.